So now we're asked to print all the client's information. And so if we look at this picture, this is a graphical representation of our class structure. We have a corporate class object, and as its instance variable, it has an array list of branch banking objects, 4 of them. And then each branch banking object has a list of client objects, 4 of them, each of them, right? So in order to print all the client's information, what we need to do is in the corporate class, we need to have a method called get client info. This get client info method is going to run a for loop on its array list, right? These branch banking objects. And for each branch banking object, it needs to run a get client info method. And this get client info method is going to iterate through its client list, right? Its own array list. And then it's going to concatenate all of the results of the two strings of each of these clients onto the end of an empty string. Then it's going to return it. The for loop is going to iterate and move on to the branch banking object, which is going to run its get client information method, which is going to iterate through its clients, concatenating all of its results of the two strings of each of the clients and returning it, and so on as we work our way down. And the end result will be in the corporate office's get client info. It'll be concatenating the return values of all of the clients of all of the branch banking objects onto a string so that it can return it. Right? And so this process might sound familiar to you because we already went over this. We did this in the toString of the corporate office um, in the corporate office class. Right? So when somebody wants to run the corporate office's get client info, all you need to do is run the corporate office toString, because that's what the corporate office toString does, right? It has a list of branch banking objects. Each of those has a list of clients, and it concatenates the two strings of all the clients onto the end of an empty string and returns it. So this task is one that we've already completed, and we simply need to run the toString of the corporate object in order to get this task done.